NaLyssa Smith and Angel Reese both got technical fouls, and things got a little chippy between the two.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass.
Right there.
How did Dejournay hit that to Smith? That was in our line of sight. There wasn't any daylight.
Yeah, the speed and accuracy of that pass.
Now we got some chippiness. Smith and Reese jawing at each other.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the WNBA's latest drama, a heated clash between Chicago Sky's Angel Reese and Dallas Wings' NaLyssa Smith that's got everyone talking. This isn't just about one incident. It's about a bigger issue threatening the league's vibe and credibility. Let's break it down. During the Chicago Sky's 94-83 win over the Dallas Wings, things got spicy in the fourth quarter. With over 4 minutes left, Angel Reese fouled NaLyssa Smith, sending her out of bounds. What started as a routine play turned into a face-off. Reese was arguing with the refs, and Smith clapped back with a comment as she walked by. Next thing you know, they're jawing at each other, teammates had to step in, and both players got hit with technical fouls. The crowd was hyped, but this wasn't just competitive fire. It's part of a bigger pattern in the WNBA. This isn't the first time Reese and Smith have gone at it. Their rivalry goes back to 2024 when Reese was a rookie and Smith was with the Indiana Fever. They've been trading barbs for a while, and the league hasn't done much to cool things down before they boil over.
Charles,
give me that. Jesus, dude, when NaLyssa Smith is doing that to you, you know you just aren't ready for it, man. When NaLyssa Smith is D'ing you up, blocking her shot, folks, Angel, you cooked her up last year. What happened?
Smith was clearly fed up, slamming the ball after the foul, while Reese went from arguing with refs to squaring up with Smith. It's intense, but is this the kind of drama the WNBA needs? Here's the real talk. The WNBA's response to this was weak. Technical fouls, that's it. No suspensions, no fines, just a slap on the wrist. This sends a message that you can get away with this kind of behavior. The league's got rules. 7 technicals in a season means a suspension, but we're seeing confrontations like this way too often. Compare that to the NBA, where they're stricter, and you see the WNBA's falling short on keeping things professional.
By the way, this started off by NaLyssa Smith going for a rebound and Angel just shoving her. Just shoving her and then complaining to the refs. And by the way, I don't blame Angel Reese for, shoving people and expecting to get away with it. The referees have shown that you are allowed to shove people and get away with it. Like, that is a given. So
this incident comes at a rough time for the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest star, is out for at least 2 weeks with a quad injury from a game against the New York Liberty. Her absence is a huge blow. She's pulling 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds a game, filling arenas and driving ratings.
Now, if I was to take bets in this, NaLyssa Smith versus Angel Reese, I'm putting all of my $2.47. I'm putting all of that on NaLyssa Smith. All right, I'm not sure it would be even close. Like, I'm not sure Angel Reese would actually want that to turn into something where hands are involved.
Meanwhile, we've got players like Reese stirring up drama instead of letting their game do the talking. Clark's injury isn't directly tied to this, but the league's physicality is raising red flags about player safety. The WNBA's at a crossroads. Fans tune in for elite basketball, not petty confrontations. Players like Clark show how to handle tough moments with class, focusing on performance over drama. But others seem to chase clout with social media moments.
What happened last year? Was it the Indiana Fever on the jersey? That made you go extra hard? Was it that other player on that team that was like, oh, that 22, I really want to show her something? Is that what really made it? Because in these matchups against the Dallas Wings, you really haven't been anything special at all. Maybe NaLyssa Smith was tired of seeing her in a meme all offseason. NaLyssa's like, you know what? That next time I play her, I'm not going to let her cook me and do me like that.
And that's hurting the league's rep. The WNBA needs to step up with tougher penalties, consistent officiating, and better player development to keep things professional. If they don't, they risk losing credibility as a top-tier league. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, social media. Platforms like X are amplifying these confrontations, and players know it. When Reese and Smith go at it, it's not just about the game, it's about who's going to go viral. Clips of their face-off were all over X within hours, with fans and haters piling on. Some players, like Reese, seem to lean into this, turning every heated moment into a chance for clicks and memes. Don't get me wrong, confidence is great, but when you're 3 for 12 and still talking trash like you're unstoppable, it's more about the spotlight than the scoreboard. This social media game is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it brings attention to the WNBA, which is starving for more eyes. But when the focus is on beefs instead of buckets, it cheapens the product. Fans on X were hyping the Reese Smith drama, but how many were talking about Chicago's lockdown defense or that slick pass from DJ to Smith? Exactly. The WNBA needs to guide players on how to use their platforms to showcase their skills.
And if you guys don't remember, like even last season, the two of them were getting into it through the entire season. The two of them were getting into it, and you saw literally when the referees tried to break it up, you saw them just go like, don't. Like the two of them want to get into it. And again, this is a rivalry. Was it?
Not just their trash talk. Maybe it's time for media training or social media guidelines to keep the focus on basketball. Because right now, the algorithm's rewarding drama, and that's not the legacy the WNBA should be building. So how does the WNBA fix this? It's not just about throwing out fines or suspensions, though those would help. The league needs to invest in player development, and I'm not just talking about on-court skills. We're seeing players like Reese and Smith let emotions take over, escalating situations that could have stayed small. That's where professional development comes in. The WNBA could offer workshops on emotional regulation, conflict management, and handling high-pressure situations. Teach players how to channel that fire into their game. Instead of verbal sparring or shoving matches, look at someone like Caitlin Clark. When she got called for a flagrant foul on Reese earlier this season, she didn't lose her cool or start a shouting match.
Through your perspective on the flagrant foul, what was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
She explained it as a good take foul and moved on. That's the kind of maturity the league needs to foster across the board. Programs like mentorship from veteran players or even mandatory sessions on professionalism could make a difference. The WNBA's got a young roster. Many of these players are in their early 20s, fresh out of college. They're still learning how to be pros. The league's got to step up and give them the tools to handle the spotlight without turning every game into a soap opera.
Angel Reese playing like trash all game, but that confidence doesn't waver, I guess, right? The arrogance doesn't waver, right? We could miss layups, we can miss shots, but that confidence doesn't waver at all. I mean, look at this. Angel Reese, after going 3 for 12 on the night, at this point, she has a historic play where she elbows Dejanay out the way, and here we go. Move it, little girl. And yeah, Angel Reese talking that trash. Yeah, you guys can't stop me. I'm 4 for 13.
The WNBA's got a choice to make. Keep letting these confrontations slide and risk becoming a sideshow, or double down on what makes this league special. Elite competition and athletic excellence. Imagine a WNBA where players like Clark, Aja Wilson, and Breanna Stewart are the focus because of their game, not their beefs. A league where rivalries are about outscoring each other, not out-talking each other. That's the path to growth, to bigger TV deals, to packed arenas, and to respect as a premier sports league. The timing's critical. With Caitlin Clark out, the WNBA's losing its biggest draw, and viewership's already taking a hit. The Fever dropped games to teams they should have beaten, proving how much Clark means to the league's buzz. If the WNBA wants to capitalize on stars like her and grow during these CBA negotiations, they need to protect their players and their image. Stronger discipline, better officiating, and a focus on professionalism are non-negotiable. The league's got a chance to set a new standard, to show the world that women's basketball is about skill, heart, and class, not manufactured drama. Let's see if they take it. The WNBA's at a crossroads. Fans tune in for elite basketball, not petty confrontations. Players like Clark show how to handle tough moments with class, focusing on performance over drama. But others chase clout with social media moments, and that's hurting the league's rep. The WNBA needs tougher penalties, consistent officiating, and better player development to keep things professional. If they don't, they risk losing credibility as a top-tier league. Let's talk about the real fuel behind these confrontations: social media. Platforms like X are turning every WNBA scuffle into a viral moment, and some players are eating it up. When Reese and Smith went at it, clips hit X within hours. Fans hyping it, haters dunking on it, and memes flying left and right. Reese especially seems to play to the camera. She's out there going 3 for 12, missing layups, but still talking like she owns the court.
So the WNBA might as well just name Caitlin Clark the MVP right now, because so far she's missed 2 games due to injury, and not only have the Fever lost both games, but now in this one, they lost to quite possibly the worst team in the league, which just shows how important of a piece she is to that team. She's averaging 19 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds a game this year in the 4 games she played. She is super important to that team, and it's proving it that she is the most valuable player on that team.
She'll be out for a couple weeks. Let's see how viewership does in the 3 weeks that she's out. Let's see how ticket sales go when she's out. Let's see how the WNBA as a whole comes out. Because I think they're trying to make a message to the WNBA that, hey, look, we don't necessarily have to put this woman on a pedestal. Like, she doesn't need to be treated like Jesus, Mary, Mother of God, anything like that. But I think if the WNBA wants to go in the right way with these CBA negotiations and getting bigger and more prominent, they need to embrace change. And she is good change for the WNBA.
WNBA refs off Craigslist because I don't know what's going on. So you mean to tell me Angel can not only grab and pull the girl down on her, no call, but then Boston got her hands straight up in the air, not doing nothing, and the other girl tangled up in her, and then Boston get called for the foul. It's obviously an agenda out on Indiana Fever. Even with Caitlin sitting on the bench, they still doing this. Somebody please tell me what's going on.
That confidence, respect. But when it's more about going viral than dropping buckets, it's a problem. Think about it. A sick crossover or a clutch 3 gets some likes, but a heated stare down like Reese versus Smith? That's what blows up online. Text posts from fans were calling it must-see TV. But how many were hyping Chicago's lockdown defense or that no-look pass from DJ to Smith? Barely any. Social media's algorithm rewards drama, and players know it. Reese's post-game comments like, "Y'all can't stop me," were all over X, racking up thousands of likes and retweets. It's great for her brand. But it's not doing the WNBA any favors when the narrative shifts from basketball to beefs. This isn't just on the players, though. The WNBA's got to step in. They could offer media training to teach players how to build their brand without leaning into controversy. Look at someone like Aja Wilson. She's a superstar who lets her game do the talking, posting highlights and positivity on X instead of stirring the pot. The league could also work with platforms like X to promote game highlights over altercations. Imagine if the WNBA pushed a campaign showcasing jaw-dropping plays instead of jawing matches. That's how you grow the fan base and keep the focus on what makes this league special.
Not seeing Angel Reese chase after NaLyssa Smith here. This is one of those basketball fights where no basketball things where people chirp at each other and they don't jump up and run after the person. Like, you know it's a bit different on that one there. And by the way, I don't think that the situation with Caitlin and Angel shows that they hate each other. I think they just hate each other, period. I think they just hate each other in general.
Right now, social media is a double-edged sword. It's bringing eyes to the WNBA, but it's the wrong kind of attention. What do you think? Is social media helping or hurting the league's image? Drop it in the comments. So how does the WNBA fix this mess? It's not just about throwing fines or suspensions at players, though trust me, those would help. The league needs to invest in player development, and I'm not talking about just shooting drills or defensive schemes. We're seeing young stars like Reese and Smith let their emotions take over, turning small fouls into big confrontations. Smith slamming the ball, Reese squaring up. That's not competitive fire. That's a lack of emotional control. The WNBA's got to give these players the tools to stay cool under pressure. Think about it. Most WNBA players are in their early 20s, fresh out of college, thrust into a high-stakes pro environment with cameras everywhere. They're still figuring out how to be pros. The league could set up workshops on emotional regulation, conflict management, even media training to handle trash talk without escalating it. Imagine a session where players learn how to channel that intensity into their game, like dropping 20 points instead of picking a fight. The NBA does this with rookie transition programs, teaching players how to navigate the pro life. The WNBA needs something similar, tailored to its young roster. Take Caitlin Clark as the gold standard. When she got hit with a flagrant foul on Reese earlier this season, she didn't start yelling or clapping back. She called it a good take foul, explained her side, and moved on. That's maturity. That's professionalism. Compare that to Reese and Smith, who let a routine foul turn into a spectacle that needed teammates to break it up. The WNBA could bring in vets like Candace Parker or Sue Bird as mentors to guide these young players. Picture a mentorship program where rookies learn how to handle rivalries without crossing the line, or even mandatory sessions after incidents like this to debrief and reset. The league's got to show players that being a pro isn't just about stats, it's about carrying yourself with class, on and off the court. If they don't, we're going to keep seeing these viral moments that overshadow the game. What would you tell Reese and Smith to keep their cool next time? Let me know below. So what's the verdict? Is the WNBA dropping the ball on player conduct, or is this drama just part of the game's intensity? Should they crack down with tougher rules, or let players hash it out for the headlines? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you're feeling this breakdown, and subscribe for more hoops content. Let's keep the conversation going. See you in the next one. Smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Peace.